A warning, our next story contains images that some viewers may find distressing. Israel's onslaught on Gaza shows no sign of abating despite increasing international condemnation and diplomatic pressure. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese today expressed deep concern over Israel's blockade of aid into Gaza, calling the Israeli government's excuses for stopping critical food and medical supplies completely untenable. Our own Prime Minister echoed the comments, as senior correspondent Lisette Raymer reports.
A tragic silhouette stumbles through the flames, her entire world collapsing under her young feet. 5-year-old Wael Jalal al-Sheikh Alil finding her way through the rubble of a school in Gaza City that was hit by an Israeli airstrike overnight. It had been serving as a shelter for displaced families, but Israel says it was harbouring terrorists. 36 people were killed, but survival barely seems a better option. Israeli drones whine overhead as Waad sits amongst the debris. She escaped with just cuts and bruises, but also the harrowing memory of what happened. Two of her brothers and her 3 sisters were killed. Such suffering is fueling the international condemnation, as is the growing hunger and desperation. Today it was Australia's Prime Minister speaking loudest.
I made it very clear that Australia finds these actions as completely unacceptable, and we find Israel's excuses and explanations completely untenable and without credibility. People are starving, and the idea that a democratic state withholds supply is an outrage.
Christopher Luxon seconding the sentiment.
Anthony was using very much the same language that we've used and I used in the House last week as well.
That was...
We think it's utterly unacceptable. This is a horrible conflict. It is an utter tragedy.
New Zealand and Australia have both joined a statement signed by 24 nations calling for the full resumption of aid. And while the Israeli government has released fresh footage of their operations in the Palestinian territory overnight, no evidence was provided of a new aid delivery system that was set to begin.
We expect Israel to provide unfettered humanitarian access. We expect them to protect civilians. Likewise, we expect Hamas to release hostages. And importantly, what we really want to see, all of us, is a ceasefire and getting around a table.
Instead, young Jews today marched through Jerusalem, declaring death to the Arabs and may their villages burn. Part of the annual celebration of Israel's conquest of the Old City, an area considered a landmark of religious identity for both sides and a flashpoint for conflict. There are no dancing crowds in Gaza, no chants of proud nationalism. Just little girls with eyes filled with tears as they speak of the ones they have lost. Now Waad is left to survive without her.